Well, we are here with an old friend of ours on our program, and it's Joe Borg, the Executive Director of the Alabama Securities Commission. And by the way, this is one of the, we say this all the time. It's one of the treasures that we have in the state of Alabama, because the services are free to the citizens of Alabama. And Joe, thank you so much for being with us.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Bob. Thank you for having us back on.
There's so much going on. People are staying home. They're not getting out. We got data breaches. We've got Wi-Fi problems. And how does the Security Commission interact with those kind of problems?
Bob, we interact with all these problems because, quite honestly, every citizen in Alabama has to interact with all these problems. So let's take them one at a time, for example. The data breaches.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody has always gotten one of these notices that says, hey, we think maybe our Equifax or something else has been hacked, or some of your information may be out, so keep an eye out on your personal information. You know, the first thing I would tell folks is that when you get one of those notices, don't throw it away, especially if it says you can go to this website to get free credit protection and surveillance. You know, let them do the work for you on that one. But everybody ought to check their credit reports at least once a year. It's free. You can go to each one of the major credit bureaus like Equifax and, you know, all the others, and see what's on there. And if you see something wrong, fix it, because, you know, that's going to affect your ability to get a loan, buy a house, get a credit card, and you want to protect that information.
What about these companies that you can subscribe to? You get $1 million insurance policy, and what about those things? How good are they? Or
you know, they're credit monitoring services, and yes, you can pay for that. And there's nothing wrong with that, to be honest with you. Most of them are legitimate. I check them out before you decide which one. But you can do a lot of that stuff yourself for free. Just pull up your credit report on a regular basis and take the time to go through it. And if you have been subject to some company that got hacked, or your information's out there, they're going to, by law, offer you a free credit surveillance program, usually for a year or two. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it.
The word phishing comes up all the time. When I first heard it, you know, years ago, I thought, well, you know, what does that mean besides going to catch fish? Well, but it has nothing to do with fishing because it's a PH word.
Bob, on weekends it means sitting out on my dock and hopefully catching a fish. But when we're talking about fishing, this is something where a con artist is going to trick you into giving away information you don't want to give. So here's what happens. A lot of times folks will say, this is your bank calling, and I want to, we're having a problem accessing your account. So, you know, send us your password and we'll reset your account. No, 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 that's a big no-no. First of all, no government agency, no bank, no credit bureau, no credit card company is going to ask you to give them your account number, password, or social security number. So that's the first red flag. They've already got it in their files. They don't need to ask you. Oh, but we're verifying that it's you. There's another way to do that. They know it's me. They know it's you. So you have to worry about that. But you know, some of the phishing things go like this. You may do business with ABC Bank. All right? And you'll get this email, and it'll look like ABC Bank, but it's ADC Bank. And the B's reversed. You have to be careful about these things, because once you enter that and you start putting information in, they're going to have access to it. I got to tell you a quick story. One of the most unusual COVID scams I've ever seen. Everybody got this email that said, there's an antivirus for the COVID, free of charge. This is before the vaccines. Harvard scientists have invented this, and it was free. And all you had to do is put your name and address, and they'll send you this antivirus, which goes on your computer, and as long as your computer runs, you won't get COVID-19. Now, how stupid is that? But be that as it may, it's free. People weren't thinking. They see the term antivirus, and where do antiviruses go? On your computer to prevent a virus. So a lot of folks signed up for it. And it was free, so they said, how could it harm me? But when you entered that information and they responded back and you clicked on it, guess what? There was malware in there, and now everything on your computer went to the crooks. So phishing basically is a way of trying to get you to click on certain things that you think, oh, this is harmless, or oh, that's one of somebody I know. And then if you look carefully, it's not.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Jim.
Always a pleasure,
Great
Bob.
information.
Well, thank you. I've got a wonderful staff. They work hard, and we're here to protect our citizens from all these scammers out there.
Thanks again, and we'll be right back right after this.